Hi, Ali. Lovely to have you join us today. And I know this is an absolutely crazy busy time for you with Global Revenue Forum a week tomorrow. That's right, isn't it? Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, thanks for reminding me.
Just in case there was anything on your to-do list that's still
Yeah.
to be done. Yeah, I'm sure there's not much left to do. Anyhow, look, conscious of your time because of that going on, we just wanted to grab a few minutes with you, just give you a chance to outline what Global Revenue Forum is, and it's quite. I mean, we'll have the link to the website. People can go and find out, but it's really great to hear from somebody about it all. So, let's kick off nice and simply. What is Global Revenue Forum?
So Global Revenue Forum was sort of born out of a post-pandemic idea. There were three companies that used to do revenue conferences in January and February, and I contacted them and said, "Look, post-pandemic, it's going to be really difficult for us to get a commercial success out of three revenue conferences. How do you fancy doing something on the same day?" So, and to my utter surprise, they agreed because obviously there's an element of competition with that.
Absolutely.
And they have been absolutely superb partners. So basically now Global Revenue Forum in January is run on the same day in London, Milan, and Stockholm.
Hmm.
And we are, the idea is to really share community and to create community amongst the revenue and commercial colleagues that we have. And the way we do that is we share a little bit of content. So all of the keynotes are shared between. So I'll share the London keynote to Stockholm and Milan, and then Milan shares to London and Stockholm. So you get kind of like points in the day where everybody is engaged with the content, which is great fun.
Very good. And probably it would be fair to name check the other people that you partner with as well.
Yeah, so absolutely. So there's Annemarie Gubanski who runs Taktikon in Stockholm. So that's GRF in Stockholm. And then we have Emanuele Nardin who runs Hotelperformance, which is more of a larger hotel consultancy. And they do Milan. They do Milan. So yeah.
Perfect. Very good. Now you said this was like a post-pandemic, so this has been running for a number of years. How has it evolved over those years? Has the format stayed pretty much the same and just the topics changed? Or tell us.
The idea is really for people who are attending to plan out the year. So there's always a theme,
Hmm.
um, and um, and the theme tends to be something that in the July previously we hope is still of relevance by January. If I'm being really honest.
You do a bit of future gazing, don't you? 6 months out
Yeah,
or so.
yeah. We start kind of like looking at some of the stuff that people are finding really interesting or they're worried about, and
Mhm.
so this year the sort of the evolution is really very much focusing on AI, but it's focusing on AI in a way, um, where in the way in which we look at kind of like how the impact of AI is going to impact us operationally, but also from the consumer perspective.
Okay.
And so the theme this year is called Unlock the Future of Profit.
Hmm.
And the idea of that really is to take a different view on what's likely to happen within the hospitality industry. Operationally, we know because it's been around for a while. We know
Sure.
that there are efficiencies in the reservations function, group quoting, all of those lovely things, and even revenue management systems have had AI agents working for them for quite a while.
Yeah.
But I'm interested in, so there are operational efficiencies, and yes, we touch on that, but also from a consumer perspective, you can see that there are efficiencies in a lot of our work life, which some of us can are slightly conscious of, maybe worried about.
Yeah.
But the opportunity we think sits within the travel sphere because there's likely for people to have a bit more spare time. They're likely, hopefully, to pursue other objectives outside of their working life. It will just become common, and we feel that hospitality is really well positioned to support that. And so, unlocking the future of profit really is looking at things from a different angle,
Yeah.
really.
Yeah. Very much so.
And then the other area, so that's like the two pillars: operational efficiencies, what's going to happen to the guest. And I'm just really interested in what's happening in distribution. I think there's an awful lot going on.
Hmm.
I think it's kind of like going under the radar of a lot of people, but certainly distribution marketplaces, direct connectivity with really niche players. It all plays into this experience thing that people might be looking for.
Yeah.
So there is a big theme this year. And that's kind of, has GRF evolved? It kind of, there's always a theme. So it's not really the evolution. But if I but there's definitely, we feel this is of relevance definitely this year. So yeah.
Makes a lot of sense. I was going to ask what is the focus, and you've given us a good insight
Sorry.
into that. So no, not at all. Perfect. Um, I guess the question I would have is, sometimes you go to these events and you've been and you think, okay, do I go again next year? So you would have had people that may have been regular attenders, or they may have attended a couple of years ago or last year. Why would you be saying to them, and maybe it's repeating some of what you've already just said, so forgive me, but why would you be saying, look, if you've been before, this is why this year would be different, or why you should be coming along to GRF 2025?
Yeah, I think this year certainly we have the agenda, I think, is much more focused. So we have really tried to stick to these themes. And so if you're interested in understanding the impact of the experience economy, you can pick and choose elements of the agenda. There's a revenue stream, which have got some superb sponsors in there. So we have Ideas, Flyer, Infor, Bayonix. So there's a lot of revenue players, and some of them are quite new to Global Revenue Forum. But this year, specifically, why would you come? I've got a theme and a stream that is focused on integrating revenue management with digital marketing, because I think there's so much to be done on upgrading that conversation.
Yep.
So we have partnered with HMA, the Hotel Marketing Association, to just sort of dig our toes in the water. Let's
dip your toes in the water.
Dip our toes in the water. And see if we can just kind of see what the interest is, that. And so we're all kind of like hoping that people will come to that stream as well. So I think this year that there's more kind of, you can really pick and choose your day, and different people will have different days. So yeah, I'm excited then, and hope that people can see where they can actually benefit from that agenda placement.
That makes a lot of sense. And for someone that hasn't been before, what will they experience? I mean, you've given us an insight into kind of the feeling of the content and why someone should be returning if they've been to previous events. If I haven't been there before, what am I going to see? What am I going to feel? Why is it a good thing to attend?
I think it's because we make revenue fun. We really do. And like it's a great place to meet people, to network, to validate what you know already potentially, or also to test out theories and discuss kind of things that you perhaps wouldn't have the opportunity to discuss within your own workplace. So that would be the major reason, is that sense of community. There's a tremendous buzz during the day. It's like, mostly revenue managers kind of are known for not necessarily saying a lot. I'll just put it out. Okay. But you wouldn't believe it. I mean, it's just like amazing. So it's a great, fun, exciting event to go to. And also, because we are trying to scene set for the whole year, you can learn a lot. And there's lots of little freebies that you can get from people, just white papers on this or research into that. So we have Skift coming this year. We've got Hotel Analyst. We've got a white paper launch from on meetings and events in revenue management. There's a lot more. It's not just the agenda. There's a lot around them. So it's quite a meaty thing to come to. Yeah, definitely.
Very good, very good. Well, I'm looking forward to being there and experiencing it again. And thank you so much for joining us today and telling us all about it. And look forward to seeing you next week.
Really, looking forward to seeing you too, Trevor. Thank you so much.
Take care.